Can you guys hear me all right? Give me a 1 if you can hear me. Oh my goodness, my audio's messed up. Okay, there we go. All right, cool. You guys can hear me. All right. All right, we're gonna get started. White Wolf, no, what's up? My day one. Dragonet Transparency. Please go support her, by the way. She does great work. Sweet Peas, my love, how are you? How you doing, love? Steven, my main guy, what's up? I didn't forget. I've been really busy. I'm gonna get back to you, Steve. Um, so I was actually supposed to come out with this story. I think Friday or Saturday or something like that, but it got really crazy, y'all. I had to do two parties in one day. Joe Cool in the building. What up, Uncle Joe? Um, I had to do like last minute parties, man. And I'm a DJ at the end of the day, so um, when duties call, I gotta go. So, yeah, man. I appreciate y'all joining me on this live. I wanted to go over a few things with you guys on this particular lawsuit and going a little bit more in depth and detail. But I am going to play the video. Good morning, someone. How are you? And we're gonna play the video, and we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. Get into it. Um. So, without further ado, let's play this shit.
Denver City Council approved a $1.2 million settlement tonight for an excessive force lawsuit that involves 3 Denver police officers. Mallow Mayak sued the city last year, saying that officers violated his civil rights in this encounter when they used a baton and taser on him in 2018. He had run from police that day as officers responded to calls about a man acting oddly and yelling. Mayak eventually fell. Body camera video shows one officer hitting him in the back, legs, and head with the baton, while 2 others use a taser while he's on the ground. Sergeant Joseph Rodarte was charged with assault. A jury acquitted him in 2019, and he resigned in 2020. 2 other officers were suspended without pay for 10 days.
Well, y'all heard it. Y'all heard it, and let's get into it. Let's discuss it. Denver City Council approves $1.2 million settlement and excessive force lawsuit. The victim, Milo Mayaki, I believe. Apologize if I said your name wrong. Sued the city last year, saying Denver police officers violated his civil rights when they used a baton and taser on him in 2018. Also, before I forget, I would like to make a shout out. I like to make 2 dedications. This episode is also dedicated to Hustler 604. He's the one who sent me the story. Like I said, if you guys have any stories to send me, go to k.copwatch@gmail.com. If somebody can put that in the comment section, that is k.copwatch@gmail.com. If you have any videos or anything that you would like me to review or even look at. World News, how you doing? World Citizen News, he was never here, guys. Yeah, so that's what's going on with that one. Also, the second dedication is to my brother, he's actually my manager. Yes, I do have a manager. I'd like to shout out Big Jers. He just got engaged over the weekend, so shout out to him. Congratulations to you and your future wife. And the pressure is on because I got a DJ that wedding. Realist 213, what it do, man? What's good? Regina Madison, how are you, Queen? How are you, Queen? Yeah, so let's get into it. All right. So Denver City Council on Monday approved $1.2 million settlement for an excessive force lawsuit involving three Denver police officers. Malau Mayaki sued the city last year, saying officers violated his civil rights when they used the baton and taser on him in 2018. It is currently 2021. So again, litigation takes time. Okay, takes time. Remember that. Um, Even on excessive force litigations. Uh, the incident on August 20 happened on August 22nd, 2018, when officers were dispatched to a 1700 block of uh, Street, Pecos Street, after receiving a report that there was a person in the area yelling obscenities, according to an arrest affidavit. You know, they throw that word around like fucking water, as far as obscenities and all that. Oh snap, we got San Joaquin. Transparency, what's up, my G? What's going on? Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Okay, let's this prompted this prompt a search for the suspect identified as Mayaki, according to the affidavit. One of the officers, Sergeant Joseph, uh, uh, I think Radera, um, learned through talking with witnesses, and Mayaki was having a manic episode. So he was having a mental health episode. He was probably diagnosed with bipolar. Manic is basically a chemical imbalance to the brain when you're having a that particular episode. Okay. Roderick later saw Mayaki on South Jason Street go out of his car. When Mayaki approached Roderick and another officer, the affidavit said he pushed the other officer from behind and ran into a nearby open lot. The affidavit said officers chased Mayaki into a business and he turned around and ran toward the officers. One of the officers, according to affidavit, tripped Mayaki to keep him from getting away. That's the reason why he fell in the video. The affidavit said Rander, the sergeant, then approached Mayaki and hit him in the head, back, and legs with the baton. And let me tell you, I've done law enforcement, I've done security and all those type of things. I've had one of those things as far as the baton that actually can break concrete. So it's a deadly weapon, actually. The affidavit said Roderick then approached Mayaki and hit him in the head, back, and legs with the baton. Body camera video also showed two other officers using a taser while he was on the ground. Roderick Roderick, I don't know who gives a shit. He's the sergeant. Was charged with assault in connection with the incident. The jury acquitted him in 2019, which is crazy, and he resigned in 2020. The other officers were suspended without pay for 10 days. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's really talk about it. Uncle Joe on the panel, on the thing. I'm a invite uh some people. So let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. What do you think this was justified? Um, are you happy um with the outcome? You know, what do y'all think, man? I mean, what do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? I want to hear what y'all got to say. So here's the link. Y'all chime in. Y'all click the link. Come up on here. Let me see what y'all talking about. Uncle Joe, I would really love to hear if you. I just already knew. All right, y'all. Without further ado, it's the infamous Joe Cool in
What's,
the building.
what's good, baby? Why you being so hard on those poor police? They're just doing their jobs. It was a black man that just doing their job. You're being too hard on them.
I know, man. I'm
I
always too hard on.
I do have a question, and
Yes,
this
sir.
is for the chat too. Is that a thing like back in the days when they beat Rodney King? That was a part of it. You can beat a motherfucker up to cuff him, and it wasn't such a big deal. Is that something officers can do?
Well,
Guys, they
well,
can
I,
go up
I
a guy.
I've actually had training in baton,
Yeah.
so there are certain places that you cannot hit
Oh,
people with it. You can't hit them in the head. You can't hit them like near the spine area.
maybe
Yeah, because I mean, you can. It's a deadly object. I mean, the shit breaks cement.
if
It
they giving
breaks.
it to them, obviously they're gonna. There are times when you can use it. When are some of those times? Can you tell me?
It has to. There's certain degrees of a use of force.
I
So if
guess
it's
if
like
they're
there's like different
fighting back,
colors.
I don't know. I'm guessing if the guy say he's fighting you, that I guess that's a reason to pull out your baton.
Yeah, absolutely. If he's trying to fight you, or if he's rushing you or coming at you, yeah, you can absolutely um uh hit him in the leg or in maybe in the you can hit him in the arm or something like that. Nothing to where that it can, you're not trying to
Yeah, like you
kill
say,
him.
you could
That's a
really
that's
hurt
yeah,
a motherfucker with you hit him in the head,
yeah.
elbow, you might break something. I don't know.
Yeah, and like I said, that shit hurt, and that's why you get training, and you go like this. That's why that if there's a
As
swinging
opposed to
motion,
yeah, swinging like a
yeah,
baseball bat.
yeah,
And
you
they
can't.
do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you seen what he did. He was, and I'll replay the video if you didn't.
I saw
Matter of fact,
uh
let's go ahead and
it's
do
short,
that. Let's
yeah,
replay
short as
that
fuck.
video.
Yeah, we can watch it again.
Yeah, let's watch it again real quick, and so you guys get better clarification on what happened. Um, let's see.
People with ADHD save 10 hours studying with this Chrome extension. But no, by all means, go ahead, skip the ad, save a few seconds.
I have to do
Skip this shit.
You
$1.2
said
million
that?
settlement tonight for an excessive force lawsuit that involves 3 Denver police
We
officers.
got no pick, bro.
Malamayak sued the city last year, saying that officers
We got
violated
no
his civil
picture,
rights
K.
in the
Just
encounter when they
sound.
used the
Oh,
baton
wait,
and
wait, wait.
taser on
No,
him in
hold on, hold
2018.
on, hold on. We
He had
ain't got a
run.
pick?
No
Hold
pick.
on. Hold on. I thought we had. Okay, my bad. My bad. Hold on. Hold on. Here you go.
All right.
All right, we good now? All
We're
right.
good.
Okay, let me rewind it back.
Denver
Sorry.
City Council approved a $1.2 million settlement tonight for an excessive force lawsuit that involves 3 Denver police officers. Malamayak sued the city last year, saying that officers violated his civil rights in this encounter when they used a baton and taser on him in 2018. He had run from police that day as officers responded to calls about a man acting oddly and yelling. Mayak eventually fell. Body camera video shows one officer hitting him in the back, legs, and head with a baton, while 2 others use a taser while he's on the ground. Sergeant Joseph Rodarte was charged with assault.
See,
The
look,
jury
he's
acquitted
hitting
him
him
in
like
2019, and he resigned in 2020. 2 other officers were
he's
suspended
fucking
without
hitting
pay
him like a
for 10 days.
pinata.
Barbara
Yes.
Sanders.
Yeah, so
They
I'm like,
away
yeah.
with they used to get away with that. And certainly they wouldn't give a nigga $1 million. I'm kind of astounded that a few cops, and this is shitty, but a few cops beat up a black guy and he gets 1.2 million. That's not really a thing. I didn't think that was even feasible.
hmm
What accounts for that? The new climate in Colorado? What
Well,
accounts?
the thing was that bill that helped, man. I mean, they're under scrutiny now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I'm pretty sure AG is probably going to, and and I'm gonna get with other people too, as far as activists, to try to get an investigation done on them, like they did Aurora. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
these laws have helped. Remember, we were the number one uh state in the United States to have criminal justice reform because we didn't have qualified immunity, you know.
I've
And
been
then
watching, yeah, I've been watching you guys. I am very optimistic. You guys, I think it's you guys. When I say that, I mean you and Eric and them out there pushing them and exposing them. I think all that shit's paying off, and Denver is responding with that killing qualified immunity, this type of shit, paying out lawsuits, exposing bad cops, and especially like some of the cities like Aurora. This was needed bad, bro. I
yeah,
went
man.
to put Aurora shit on the video I did of you. It was so much bad footage, I couldn't even put it in there. They did so much wrong shit. I googled, Aurora cops, and they beating up people left and right.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's Aurora is one of those night, when it's night, you shouldn't be out in Aurora. You know,
Uh, yeah.
it's one of those particular towns. It was known for that. You know.
You feel like hanging back out there? I'll be out there in a couple of weeks, bro. You feel like hanging out in Aurora?
Absolutely, let's do it. Let's do it. I did a live what last week with MLH, and there was
Yeah,
a stabbing that happened.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
man, that
remember
shit
you
was
were
crazy.
out. Yeah, I remember. I
Yeah,
was jealous. I remember.
we gotta give what the people want, man. Me and you. You know what I'm saying? Everybody loves
Uh,
that.
like I put the little shit at the end of one of my vids where me and you and Tom Zebradell was out that night. Me and you was really the only guys that went up to the tape, and you were the only guy really giving dude shit. And he did a little dance, and you was like, "Yeah, hop, skip your ass out of here." I put that in my video, bro. It's at the end
Yeah.
of one of
What did I say? I
you
said you can hop, skip. I
yeah,
don't
hop,
give a
skip,
good goddamn.
give a guy, yeah, yeah.
And I'm
Oh
like, this
shit,
motherfucker really skipped. I'm like,
he did. I put music to it and everything, bro.
she was hilarious. I'm like, oh man, I'm glad I got that on
And
camera.
I come over, he tell me it's an investigation. He can't talk. He's short with you. Then a white camera dude come over that's not with us. He talked to dude for about 15 minutes. And
Uh-huh.
then I go over there and
Fox
ask him a
News. That was
question.
Fox News.
I didn't know
That was
that.
Fox News. Yeah.
And he walked away from them. I'm like, excuse me, I got a question. We can't answer questions. We're investigating. And I
See,
lost. And I'm
that's the
like,
shit.
you just talked
That's
to him
it.
for 15 minutes. Woo, woo, woo.
Yep.
Yes, and as he walked away, that's when he gonna try to tell you you can't walk between the cars or something. You like, what? Is it because I'm black? No, it's just how's it a danger that I'm walking past the car? He turned away and walked, and you start snapping on me. And Tom was in the car, and you were still snapping on them niggas. He was like, Joe, you want to go get him? I'm like, no, man, let him go.
That's crazy that Tom's in, because he be snapping. Tom, that's the first. Let me tell you something. The first cop watch video I ever watched was Tom Zebra. And I'm like, yo, who is this crazy motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga's crazy.
He is.
And I'm like, and that's what I was just like, oh, I started just binge watching all of his shit. Him and I think it was Joe Citizen.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I'm like, yo, who are these people? You know? And
Yeah.
so, yeah, it's his fault.
Oh, like a little school girl, man. That dude, oh my God. Him and Laura, that was my first time meeting him. I like a school girl, man.
Yeah, man. Lori was cool, man. Cool as hell. Cool
We
as
that
hell.
first night at the B&B. I don't know if you was there that day or you had left or hadn't come yet. But
Okay.
like 3:00 in the morning, me and my girl Phoenix was sitting in the car, and here come Laura creeping out. I get a text from somebody telling me from Blue Ivy telling me that Laura was about to do a cop watch. I'm like, no, it's not possible. And she walked right past me at 3:30 in the morning. Then Tom comes out, Joe, you going? I'm like, hell yeah, man, I'm going.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Us three
Yeah.
went out and hung out that night.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was crazy. Like I was actually supposed to do the story a few days ago, but man, I got bombarded with a whole lot of parties I had to do. I had to do 2 parties in one day. So I had to do an album release party and just a regular party.
Oh, cool.
And then last night I did a party, but motherfuckers
You
was
was telling me
shooting.
you had a wedding coming up. Is that the wedding you were telling me about one day? You were
Yeah,
telling
so
me you had.
my manager who I dedicated this episode to, he just got engaged and this weekend over the weekend. And so shout out to him. So I
I
know
I
the pressure's on.
I, I told the girl if I'm out there, I'm gonna ask you if we can come and all of that shit. But I think I'm gonna miss it. It looks like the wedding's coming up quick, and I won't be there for a couple of weeks.
I don't know when the wedding is. I don't know when the wedding is. But I know they said, I think it's sometime. I think next year. I think
All
towards
right, Kate, I got a question for you. Back to what we're talking about here.
yes, sir.
In a state or city, does that black man still get 1.2?
He still gets 1.2.
I mean, in
And I don't.
Chicago, in
What's it like in
Chicago,
Chicago?
a black man runs, they trip on him and clack him with a stick a couple times. You think he gets a settlement of 1.2 in Chicago?
Shit, man. I would hope so, but
Yeah,
then again, it's not being because I think DOJ needs to do a whole fucking
they
investigation on y'all police department because
they've been
y'all
here.
shit
We
is
two recent decrees, Department of Justice decrees, extremely long and shit. I've read through a lot of it, and all the things that they're told to do, which were, leave cameramen alone, be polite, turn over your records and FOIA requests when asked. All these things they said they were supposed to do, they're not even aware of it. In
mm,
March, they were supposed to have updated training, and all these things were in the decree on photographers and shit like that. I go in there, months later, and they don't know nothing about what I'm talking about. The DOJ has no teeth here. In fact, I went to the inspector general and told him on camera, nigga, you have no teeth. Why is it your job to correct officers and shit? Because you don't ever do anything. You pick one high profile case a year. You do nothing. And I think it was the
right.
state's attorney over there. She pulled me in the hallway and was like, "You're right. He does not have teeth. Call me." Blah blah blah.
Yeah, it's found. It's fucked up, and it's just like what are y'all doing? Like y'all,
It's damn near them investigating themselves again. I don't give a
yeah,
fuck. They
yeah,
investigate themselves. They found no wrongdoing all the time. But if you get internal affairs, that's damn near like investigating themselves. And now it appears if you get the Department of Justice, at least in Chicago, it means nothing, man. Even if they
yeah,
say, yeah, right, they're doing racist practices, and here are the steps that you must do, they're absolutely 100% ignored, and they're not penalized for it. So why would
right,
I do it? Away with murder here. Why would I give y'all my records? Why would I give you a FOIA? Because no one's gonna do nothing about it if I don't. And if I give it to you, I can get in trouble. So fuck you and your public records requests. I
right,
ding you. Being
right.
kind. You fuck that shit. Ain't nobody gonna touch me. And they're
Right.
right.
And that's
It's
and that's the thing, man. Like it's just what how do we get more attention? You know what I'm saying? As far as Chicago, because I think it's because it's just so normal. That's just the normal
it
thing
is
for police.
it's stupid,
People just got
normalized. Again, you guys are pushing the envelope with that shit. Why I'm encouraged, because the worlds are so far apart. You guys are cutting edge with the way you guys keep exposing cops. Every day it's a Aurora cop busted or some fucking new thing set in place in Denver or something to curb the cops. That doesn't happen anywhere else, and if it does, it's rare. Once twice a year. You guys are always active on that shit, man. Even to the point where they were giving you and your friends the ability to start a council and have a say in police matters and shit. That's not even a thing here, bro.
and that, but because I think because it's been
Hey, Becky.
it's been swept under the rug for so long. You know what I'm saying? And then when it got national news because nobody really paid attention to Aurora like that
Right,
nationally. So
right,
when they got exposed for that, they was like, "Oh shit, we don't want those problems here." And
right. Was
yeah.
Garner, was that was Aurora too?
Hey Becky, yo, what's up? You want to come up? You want to come up?
That's my girl. Oh yeah, that's my girl.
uh,
Um,
yeah, that's just it's just crazy. Like it's the same thing for New York. Like it's just normalized.
yeah.
Chicago, New York, LA. You know what I'm saying? Those are the
Those are the three worst I've been. I've been a lot of places now. Those are the most rude, disrespectful. In Texas, they sit and had conversations with you and all of that shit. Fucking New York, they are rude and curt. Chicago and fucking and LA, where they're actually gang members with tattoos. And part of the initiation in order to join the gang is to hurt or kill someone. True
I agree.
stories in LA.
No, I think you're right because I think San Joaquin he had a video and it was a cop of actually him talking about him having to join the Masons, and there's a cult, you know what I'm saying, that he had to. It's a cult, you know what I'm saying. It's more evil
Oh
than
wow.
it's more in depth. Like it was a dope ass interview. I wish, I hope, San Joaquin, if you still here, if you can repost that video, man, or send it in the community page because I can't find it. I don't know. You got so many videos. Um, and
No, right.
I was like, oh shit, like as
Yeah.
far as the secret society and all that. Yo, it's deeper than what yeah, it's a
I like
whole cult.
I like to see it. I remember Patrick, this is at least a year ago, maybe longer.
Okay.
Met a He was friendly with him, and he did a Masonic hand shake. It's called a third degree lion's paw, is what it's called. And
Mm.
in the chat, I remember saying, "Damn, did he just do a Masonic handshake?"
Yep.
Everybody in chat started speaking about it. I didn't see Patrick for I don't know how long, and then I met him. So this was 2 years ago, and I met him,
You
and
talking about PayPal Patty?
yeah, he had me blocked. The first time I tried to type in his chat,
Yeah.
after that was blocked. I think he saw me calling that Masonic bullshit out, and he didn't like it. And a lot of other people, talk about that shit
Yeah.
uh, too. That he's got some type of Masonic connection or some shit. I don't know if it's true or if
Yeah.
it even.
This some evil shit, bro. Like that's just
It is.
it's real evil, and I don't mess with nobody who's part of that shit. Like that's just mm-mm.
I
Yeah,
got a
it's
lot of.
deep. Yeah, it's deep,
The
man. It's real
cop
deep.
block.
It's
What's
real deep.
up, baby?
Yeah, cop block in the
It's
building. We also
Becky
got
and cop.
Stray Dog in the building too. Stray Dog the
Oh,
Exposer.
this
Now
is
he's
one of
the
the first
second.
niggas.
Now he's from New Mexico, and his was the second one who have no qualified immunity. They banned qualified immunity out there, so which is
I know
dope.
Mexico. I'll be right there across the border from New Mexico. Eric Branch property is right there on the border, man. I had to run over there if I know he was over there. I'm over there all the time.
So I mean, do y'all have when it comes to the police, do y'all have a citizen oversight board?
We
Uh,
do. It's COPA, Community Police and Accountability or something. And we formed it. Everybody was hopeful, and the mayor put in a caveat that she gets to appoint everybody who overlooks the board. So she put all ex cops and political motherfuckers, and immediately the thing was perverted, and they have no teeth as well.
okay. So
Hey,
wait. She put on ex cops and
yes,
on the.
all the who oversees
Wow.
ex cops and ex employees of hers. So the highest position in our citizens board are cops in government. So it's
Are they
dumb.
getting
It
paid
doesn't.
to do this?
They get paid to do it.
Oh,
Yeah, they get paid
that's
to
good.
do it, and they think they have some rank and authority, but they're again toothless.
That's
You can't. They
crazy.
can't get a fucking ID. So I had a good discussion with one of the heads of COPA. I'm like, why the fuck would I call you, bro?
Well,
You're
see,
toothless.
that's the thing, Joe. We had it to where our oversight board, you cannot be a cop, an ex cop, no type of law
They're,
enforcement.
they, yeah, they're smarter
Yeah,
than
we
we
didn't play
are.
that shit.
They've been doing this shit for so long, and they have a game plan. A guy like me thinks I'm gonna file a complaint and it'll get done. You know how many complaints they shifted, dodged, moved, lost. You know, they're better at this than us because they do it every day. We come up with a fucking complaint or go through their avenues, and they're rigged. If they tell you go through the system and get something done, it's rigged. It's like winning the lottery. It may happen, but your shot and your chances are unlikely. The
I,
avenues are built to give you the runaround, cost you as much money as possible, take as long as possible, so that you give up. Those are government avenues.
right, and that's why they drag on these cases. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, my case. You know, they want to drag on and give these little fucking plea deals, and they're like, "Oh shit, we're running out of time." And what is crazy because my defense attorney told me he was just like, "Look, man, these prosecutors or deputy district attorneys or whatever." He said,
Yeah.
You got to understand, you got to put them in the position as a public defender. You really think they look at all of them fucking cases? No, they don't look at
Mm-mm.
all them shits. You know how
Hell,
many fucking cases they get on shit like that? You know, they don't expect you to fight that, or
yeah,
they
yeah.
don't look at that shit. They just give a plea and then send you on your way.
My time I was arrested, I got arrested on some traffic shit, but before I started cop watching, I got arrested on some drug shit. And they offered me, and which I didn't do. They picked me up at my house in the back of my crib and said I was selling drugs somewhere else because they
Yeah,
saw me drugs. They thought I was dirty, and they found me. I had no drugs on me and all of that shit. Uh,
wow.
yeah, but they offered me 6 years. I was going to court for months. I was on house arrest for 7 months, back and forth going to court. And
Right,
then I don't know, a week before it's done, I'm arguing with my lawyer and shit. I'm like, listen, motherfucker, apparently you ain't even read the shit. Read it. Tell them I'll do 1 year probation, nothing else.
right.
Then they back. They're offering 3. I say, read the fucking paperwork. Then apparently they read it and came back and gave me my 1 year probation, no problem. They
Right.
don't read shit.
They don't
They don't
read
read
shit.
that.
And that's the thing. Like um you gotta read the shit. And I appreciate my attorney. He does his homework, and he really values his clients. So um and he really believes in what I do. So I mean, yeah.
Beautiful and rare. Beautiful and rare, right? I've got
Yeah,
everybody
very rare.
and this is a problem in this community. And so many people tell me, I need $6,000 for a lawyer. Everybody kicks in, and 2 months later, they're like, "Well, I had to fire that lawyer. I got to get a new one. He's $8,000. That lawyer recommends you take a plea. So you finding an attorney, man, that actually gives a fuck. That's the rare bird.
Yeah, man.
Most of them are just trying to get, if you only gave them 5 grand, they only gonna give you 5 grand worth, which is a plea. Nigga, I'm
Right.
not taking a trial for 5 grand and doing this and that, but
Right.
I'll help you get a plea to keep you out of jail. That's the way they think.
But that's why they always advertise, especially ACLU. Oh well, your fight is not in the streets; it's in the courtroom. So just hire us, and so we can fight for you. Like, no, fuck that. You know what I'm
Who's
saying? I might,
working
I
for
might
me?
not even make it in the courtroom, so I gotta have it in the street.
Right. And
Certain
me
things.
telling me to put my shit in your hands. I remember when I was in the '90s, I was locked up, and maybe even before that. And the guy, no, this is way before the '90s. The first case I
Mhm.
ever had, I was going hunting, and they took my shotguns. The police did here in Chicago. And I go to court. The guy tells me, you're going to have to do a year in prison. I have an absolute clean, spotless record. Me and my brother going hunting, they steal the shotguns. I got to do a year in prison. My brother comes back. Oh, my lawyer tells me I have a year of supervision. They don't even check on me or anything, and it goes off
Right.
my record. The word. And my lawyer's like, you're guilty. You got to do a year in the pen. And I said, I want a new lawyer. I want my brother's lawyer. They switched files, go in the back room, come back out, and dude's like, all right, you got a year's supervision, go home. Ain't nobody even gonna call you. You're good. The difference between these two fucking lawyers would have been a year in prison as my first fucking
Right.
case.
Right. See, that's some
He's
bullshit, man.
Yeah,
That's
that's their
crazy.
job. Their job is to put you in the system and do as little as possible, read as little as possible, because they got 100 more cases.
Right.
That's ACLU as well. They're swamped. They're not going to
Yeah.
take your fucking case unless it's a clear win and
It's a
clear money.
clear win. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a benefit to them. So it's just like, you know.
It doesn't matter if I'm on a sidewalk and I'm in the right. If I'm cursing you, fuck you, cop, suck my dick. Nah, it's too risky now. Jury might not. We're not going to take it. It doesn't matter if I'm right or wrong. They're looking for the cleaner cases.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, Becky.
I know, right?
But yeah, it's just, I just, and that's why it's imperative. I start to, because now this is what I'm going to start doing, Joe. So you remember I covered the situation on what was it, 442 votes to against the chief of police. They voted no confidence. So now
Yeah.
to weed them out, I'm on every interaction. I'm gonna ask them, by any chance, were you one of the people, or do you agree with the vote of no confidence to the chief of police? I'm gonna start
Yeah.
asking them that shit, and
Yeah.
this is how I'll start to kind of like weed them out a little bit,
Right.
and being
The
like,
guys who I
yeah,
don't even know who he is. I wasn't here. I know nothing about it. You know they're on some bullshit. You know they're the bad guys. They're liars.
yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing, man. Like that's what I'm gonna start doing. He says, I haven't paid a dime for my first lawsuit. My attorney is awesome. I just filed an appeal for my second lawsuit, but I don't have $500 for the filing fee. My third lawsuit still needs to get filed. That's what's up, Stray. That's what's up. Said the
And
lawyers has to keep up payments on his new Mercedes and stay on good terms with his peers, and those
that's
are his
dope.
primary concern. That's why that's my. That's true. No, that's why you my G. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That you got to keep that the maintenance up on that Mercedes, Joe.
Right? You got to keep up with your appearances up, bro.
Much love
Uh,
to you, LT man. Appreciate you.
hey, T man, I'm gonna call you. I was thinking about you earlier. I need to come visit you. I still got a couple weeks in Chicago, so I'm gonna need to come see you. Or if you come this way, call me.
Absolutely, man. And you can, matter of fact, shit, man.
Wait, wait, wait.
You ain't even gotta stay nowhere else, man.
That
You
was
just
the
come. You can come
that,
chill right at my crib, man.
all right.
So,
That was the T man, but I will take you up on that offer. T man's in the suburb out here in Chicago, so I'm like,
oh, right.
yeah, yeah, that's my guy. So
Yeah.
I'll look up, but yeah, motherfucker, don't give me a couch, nigga. You know me.
It's all
You
love,
know
man.
me.
You aunt, man. Period. You know what I'm saying? If you come
Yeah,
out
we
here again, you
was
know what I'm saying?
trouble, bro.
You always got a place to stay.
And
Period.
by the way, I'm not going to talk about what K Dot did or not, but the day when we came over and we hung out in Denver a couple weeks ago, I
Yeah.
was doing shrooms, drinking weed. It was a crazy night. I'm not saying K Dot engaged, but that night was
No.
crazy, bro.
Yeah, I did none of those.
You didn't participate. I did.
Did not participate in those engagements.
I was watching those
but
shrooms, bro.
but
Yeah.
it's crazy because I came and then you was still in the car, like
Oh
knocked
yeah, you
out.
know, right past
He
me. They
was like,
like,
"No, I'm gonna stay here
out
and
here
wait for K Dot until he
wait
get
for
here."
K Dot.
I'm like, I've
He
been
ain't even
there for like a
come,
good.
bro. Like he been in the house for 20 minutes. Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, you
I'll
gotta
come
love
in. You
it.
in the kitchen already, chilling with Mexican long hair. Ain't this a
He
bitch?
said, look at Sweet Peas. He's like, you sure, DJ, you want Joe in your house? Man, that's Unc. That's Unc right there, man. Ain't no
Right,
just don't burn it down, Joe. That's all
right.
I care about. I got insurance, so regardless.
And I apparently I act the fool in there. I've probably been 20, 30 years without doing shrooms. I don't drink. And when you come over, I'm drunk and shroomed out and all that shit, bro. I just act the fool when I'm on the road, I guess.
Yeah,
I
man. I,
don't
I think we gotta have fun, man. We gotta, we gotta sometimes laugh at the fucked up situations that
agree.
surround us, and we might as well make other people laugh. And I think that what makes our channel unique, Joe, is just that we don't live in a oppressed state of mind, and
Mentality and shit, right?
freedom starts in the brain. You know what I'm saying?
And
In your mind, man. And if you're not free in your mind, you're not free nowhere, I feel.
you are absolutely onto something. I got friends, not gonna call names, who whether they say it or not, they agree with you. They will tell you, no, I'm not out there trying to be freedom fighter. I'm not out there to take the right. I'm not out there to do this, that, and the opposite. We are ideologists, right?
Mhm.
We're out there to prove principles and shit. That can be proven by how little money we make. I was a year and 7 months, 20,000 subs before I started turning my shit green, making money out of this shit. I don't
Okay.
know if K still makes money out of this shit. He does the DJ shit, but he is out there in the cold. I'm in Chicago. He's in Denver. We do this shit in the cold, in the
Oh
rain,
man.
in the
Yeah.
heat, in the
Snow.
mountains, motherfucker,
It'd
in
be
the
cold,
ghetto.
man. It'd be cold. And
We-
this is what I'm saying. This is not for everybody. You know what I'm
No,
saying? This is not for everybody. And like I said, you ask any activist, did we choose this? And we'll be like, no, this shit
no.
chose us, man.
I
This
I
this
just asked a motherfucker Kate out to show that where everybody's not the same. I just asked a motherfucker not far from me. I don't know, 4 or 5 hours away. Hey man, good to see you. We should hook up. Oh man, Joe, cool. You're absolutely right. I was like, okay, cool. I'll come to you tomorrow. He was like, well, it's kind of cold in spring. When it's spring again, give me a call and we gotta hook up. You're
yeah.
not serious. I'm hoping he's not watching, but I took that as I was almost typing in chat, nigga, cold weather don't stop. I almost lost it. I just say I'm gonna shut up. He is not, he is not that guy. I can't make him
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah, man.
Fucking out there in the snow and bare feet,
Yeah.
right?
Well, I remember when it was crazy because when I had Police to Police 719, he's based out of Colorado Springs. Uh, one great guy.
Let's say,
I would when I did an audit at the Royal Police Station, and I said, "All right, we're gonna go into the jail." He was like, "Wait, we're going inside?" I was like, "Yeah,
right?
man, we going inside. Let's go." He was just like, "Oh, okay." Like,
I
I didn't know he
love it.
was going. And then I had another person who recorded with me. He was a black dude. I've known him ever since like elementary school. I started recording at the Royal Police Station, but I was recording inside of their police cars and shit. And he was just
Right.
like, "Whoa, I didn't know you. Whoa,
Oh,
we
I wouldn't expect
recording
no, bro.
like, bro, we still black." Like, I said,
Right?
but that's the problem. That's
Right.
the problem. I don't live in an oppressed
You
mind
gotta free
state.
your mind first.
Yeah, fuck it.
Uh,
We already knee deep in there.
right.
We
Uh,
already there.
I roll into South Central Dolo into the
Woo.
police station, park in the station, and walk right up in there Dolo. Film my vid, and on the way from there, I'm like, I want to hit the hardest places. I go to Compton next.
Yeah.
And on the way, they got wind. I was in the fucking city, and by the time I get to the Compton station, Ice Cold, West Coast Digital, Sip could see a higher power. I had mob by the time I got there. But yes, that's us. We're lunatics, man. I ride into a new town and ride up out of it. I have
Yeah.
4 police cars following me. And I'd be like, I dare you.
Yeah.
Motherfucker, that's my next bid. I dare you to fucking hit that light. That's the
Yeah.
difference. Fucking police pull up my hat and their heart drops. Oh my God. What did I do? What's gonna no? I'd be like, oh shit. the prey is behind me. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
them. That's the difference when you free your mind, man.
And I want to be clear before I even started recording, I watched your videos and I was just like, yo, this dude is and it was what made it so dope. It was just like, man, it's a guy out there who looked like me out there. You know
yes,
what I'm saying? And to be perfectly clear, you know what I'm saying? Like let's not get it twisted. The first cop watchers per
yeah,
se were the Black Panthers.
uh,
So we started this shit anyway. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? You
uh,
know what I'm saying? And this is before they even had guns. They went out there. They didn't have cameras. They had a notepad and they had pencils and they wrote. They were at different traffic stops, making sure that nothing happened to the citizens. I think they were selling like some books or some shit
yeah,
to get firearms and stuff
yeah.
like
The
that.
the red book.
And
I think
yeah, so
that's what it's
those were
called.
the very first cop watchers. In
When
all reality.
you touched on that having someone that looked like you, that's so important. And it's not the black thing is huge because I didn't see
Yeah,
black motherfuckers doing it, but
yeah.
I saw NNSC and I saw Batosai, and they didn't encourage me to be a cop watcher.
Okay.
When I saw Big Nick, I thought here's a regular.
Yeah.
When I saw High Desert, this is a regular guy like me. That encouraged me, man.
Mhm.
Regular motherfuckers, man, as
Big
opposed to,
Nick is a huge influence, man. When I it, that
yeah,
yeah, I I was just like, whoa. I was just like, Big Nick was just and and
he's
and I seen his journey because there was some struggles because he even talked about like, man, there were some times that I was just like, damn, am I doing this? Like he thought about quitting, because when it comes to those bad times, man, not
yeah,
those people ain't in them jail cells with you. You know,
yeah. Yeah,
you
when
you, you you left to yourself. And you got a lot of time to think, and it's just like, okay, am I doing the right thing? But I never questioned that because I really felt that God's voice was out, speaking that was drowning the doubt that I might have had, and He was just like, "Yo, chill. I got you. I'm here with you right
all right,
now
all right,
to see it through. I'm
right,
I'm using you, and I'm
right,
I'm allowing God to use me. You know what I'm
right.
saying
I
on
try
this.
to
And
focus on that too when it's rough when you start getting popular. I don't to me I don't have a lot of fucking subs really because I got 45,000. Most of my friends got 100,000 and crazy shit. Uh right. But I'm out there, and when I do start getting the big headed, Joe Cool's famous and all that shit, to refocus, I remind myself every day, you're out there for these guys, these citizens. First, make sure they're okay.
right,
Then you're there to watch the cops and all that. It just refocus that I'm out there to help someone,
yeah,
and then it becomes so much easier. You gain so much courage and strength. You're not doing it for yourself. You're not doing it for nefarious purposes, the money, to
no,
help someone else. It'll get you out of bed every fucking day, and it'll make you do shit and take risk and shit. I want to make it a better fucking place.
yeah,
Uh,
man, and it does, man. And the thing is, what makes you different from, and not to say that Big Nick don't got swag, but it was you came at it with, like I told you, when I seen your videos, I felt like you were floating. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You know what I'm
right.
saying? You had
Theme
you
music
had
and
your
shit
own
playing in the
original.
background.
Everything was original. It wasn't like you
Right,
were,
right,
going, copying anybody or anything like
right.
that. It was just original and it felt genuine. And I'm just like, and he was cool with it. Like you was real cool with it,
And my
And I'm
comments
just
back
like,
then
hell
are
yeah.
all my comments were people trying to get me to be a regular auditor. Now,
Yeah,
Joe, you go file a complaint, you do this. They're trying to get me to do the script. Do it like this, like they saw everybody else doing it. But I hung in there and kept doing it my own way. When you see my shit, the cops are there. I could show you 10 minutes of walking around. Hey, this is the community, this is the airport, like motherfuckers do walk around and shit. When
yeah,
my bid come up, usually the camera is coming up and there's a cop right there. You get straight to the fucking interaction. When I walk away from, I kill the camera. When nobody doing that. Most niggas had 20-minute vids and shit. While they would show you 12 minutes of being outside before the cop come.
right.
That was one fuck difference that I don't know. I wasn't even trying to make art and shit back then. I was just trying to keep that camera up while I had this discussion with the cops and try to hold them accountable.
And that's the thing, you were making clear art, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
this craftsmanship to doing that. Like for instance, like MLH, I love his narration. Like he
yeah,
can narrate the fuck out of, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, wow,
yeah.
that's awesome. That's his lane, you know what I'm saying? He
I
has his
love
own
that.
thing
Yeah,
that how he narrates and the whole hot tub uh time machine thing, and it's just him and Bernie together, him and his lady, and it's just
uh,
dope, you know.
yeah. That's a
It
key part of it. If you're out there, you got to learn how to speak with the audience. And again, I'm lucky on that because I love everybody and I'm friends with everybody, so I can chat my ass off. But that's the difference between the guy that comes on their video and they're like, "Hi, we're here," and the read like a James Freeman tells you the philosophy behind everything,
Mhm,
and it's just
mhm.
you feel so fucking informed as
Yeah,
opposed to a motherfucker. Hi, Mel in chat. Quiet for another 3 minutes. Hi, Bill. Quiet for another 5 minutes.
yeah,
You know the difference between
yeah,
a fucking big nicker, somebody who's huge, Bay Area, is
yeah.
that mouthpiece. That
Right.
mouthpiece goes a long fucking way.
Yeah, man. And it's important because we need those channels like you know those channels, and then oh, we got somebody, safety man.
Hi, Ellie.
Hey,
Oh,
how's it
hold on.
going?
Hey,
Hey,
what's up, man?
if y'all
um,
don't know Safety Man, hold on, Safety Man. Let me give you a little short introduction.
yeah, yeah.
I didn't even know people did this. Safety Man, the way he got that name is that when we're out there and we're in trouble, he will record the shit and keep a record of it until you're out of trouble and everything. He knows everything's gonna be okay. He is our safety net. Then he'll delete the vid. He's not out to make profits off the shit. He looks out for us, makes sure we're okay, and deletes the bid. That's our safety net. That's Safety Man. That's who he is. If y'all don't know who he is,
Yes, man. Just give him a round of applause right
that's
here.
right.
We appreciate you, Safety Man. And not only that, Safety Man was the one who gave us the insight of what's going on, the fucked up shit that's going on, these fucked up ass laws in Oklahoma, to where that you can record police, but you can't. I think you can't broadcast it or something like that. Because
Yeah,
you'll get locked up or something. Can you elaborate on that law a little bit in depth, Safety Man?
I'll try my best. Basically, the law came in effect today. Today is actual law. You can't film public officials
Mm.
and cops, both. Public officials cover so many people because if you're a public official, this law also includes you. That they say that they don't want you to dox them and they don't they don't want you to harass or intimidate them. That's what this so-called law is supposed to be, to keep them from being intimidated or harassed. But people say, oh, if you're going to do it for doxing or harassment, then yes, the bill, the law should be okay. But no, because in this, it also sits there and talks about name badges, where they work, and then they use the primary word is biometrics. And most people think biometrics as it being medical, but biometrics covers the facial, anything. So if you're filming cops
Mm-hmm.
just on an accident scene or a protest, if they feel threatened or intimidated, they can arrest you because they believe you are going to commit the crime. And other people try to twist it, saying, mainstream media is saying that, well, no, it's not that way. But yes, that's how it's going to be because they're already arresting people just for filming. And in
Wow.
Oklahoma, now it's a law. And it don't
Okay.
cover just cops. It covers public officials. That can be your garbage man. That can be the person at City Hall,
Yep.
any public official, as well
It
as
could be a janitor who
officers.
works for who has a contract with them. It can, who cleans the public schools. If you film them,
Yeah,
they're still a
school
public
board
official.
meetings, anything.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that's the thing. But see, that's the thing. people need to get with some pretty good attorneys and counter that with a lawsuit, because there's a few laws that are unconstitutional. People are actually suing. So is there any talks of that as far as like
What are the
possibly?
unconstitutionality of this law? This, you can't film them, you can't dox them, blah blah blah. Is it
Right.
unconstitutional, and how do we fight it? Because I would just looked up a map. Oklahoma is right next to Kansas, which is right next to Colorado. So I think you said this is happening in Oklahoma. I even posted in the vid. I think it's Oklahoma. I think I'm gonna stop in Oklahoma before I come see you guys, K Dot.
Yeah, man. I think and with I'm with you, Joe, because it's actually we have the same circuit court. It's the 10th Circuit Court.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, this can
Well,
this can be a backfire to us when what we're trying to do as far as it being reformed. It might not go that way, but you just never know, man. It's just, the same things with these Roe v. versus Wade uh type of situations, as far as, a woman owning their own body, and as far as what they do with their own body and stuff like that. They reverse those laws in some states. I think Georgia and all that, or Alabama. So we just don't want that to get like that over here. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we're still connected to the same 10th Circuit Court.
well, I'll tell you, if you look up that House bill, it's House Bill 1643, the one that come in effect today, which was signed a couple months ago. I just put up my video that kind of shows the law itself, but you can also just Google House Bill 1643, read it for yourself. I'm not a lawyer or anybody else, but when I was going through it, they're talking about doxing and stuff, but when they put the word, they changed it from what it was on the floor to before they passed it in law. They changed the wordings and they put biometrics in there, and they took out a lot of other stuff, because that biometric covers everything. And people only think that means medical. No, it means any and aspects of videoing someone's appearance, the voice, the anything.
1542, safety man.
1643. Oklahoma House Bill 1643.
Okay.
I just reposted the video I have on it on my channel. It's the only one up there right now. So if anybody wanted to go look at it, I just kind of ramble while I scroll through the first bill and the second final bill where they reworded everything.
Okay.
The best I could. I'm not a YouTuber that can make videos, excellent. I'm not a lawyer, but when I saw that about biometrics, that covers so much.
That's crazy. That's fucking crazy, man.
It's House Bill 1643, and it just came in effect today.
I'm looking right now.
So the law is established today.
Yes, today the law is established, and they talk about it. Not mainstream media of having cops on there, but social media, and also, say you're live streaming, you're not out there to dox them, but if they feel threatened or intimidated, they believe you're going to commit a crime. And my other questions, that I have about it, and don't talk about it in the law. How about videos we have of officers here in Oklahoma in the past? Are they going to go after those people? Or is it just from videos that's going to be done ahead of time, because they feel threatened or intimidated because you have a camera, they can arrest you,
right?
And much less who's going to be there to help out. Because I've been talking about this for 6 months. We've had discussions about this at different times, but now it's in effect. What's really going to happen?
Well, okay. So if everybody's listening right now, look, call. I don't care if it's not your representative. Call all the representative, Congress, all, blow their fucking phones up and let them know we know about this fucking law. I'm from such and such state, and this shit is not right. Y'all need it. They need pressure. They know that they try to do this shit under the wire, because at the end of the day, when it comes to Oklahoma, a lot of people didn't even know about the whole Oklahoma Black Wall Street massacre. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't taught in schools.
Yeah,
So
the whole
so they're
semester.
good. Yeah, they're good for sweeping shit under the rug and hiding shit and all those type of things. So so we need to help safety man out on this particular part and other auditors who else audits out there? Safety man.
Well, I mean, there's been, I mean, multiple people from different states have been out here auditing, and I'm in such a frenzy right now, you know, because I've been trying to get this out more and more
Okay.
that I can't think of every single auditor, but
just maybe some that.
well, I'm trying to think of his name. He was just up here a couple months ago, and he was arrested.
Mhm.
For auditing. Of course, News Now Patrick was with him, and they did a thing in Texas. Sorry, I just can't think of his name right now. Shoot, not Cleveland. Yeah, I just can't remember his name. But there's been other auditors out here. I mean, yeah, not now, maybe later. He was out here. You know, that was a couple years ago and stuff. And you know, people have been out here and have done audits or done accountability, whichever person wishes to call it.
Yeah.
But I
Wow.
really haven't seen anything real recent than one or two other people.
Mhm.
But yet, this is what's going to put the scare in people because, hey, if I sit there and videotape and I post it, not having the intent to, but because of the comments in my videos, now they're going to sit there and say that I'm doxing them, or just you have the
Right.
video up and people do make phone calls and say, hey, you know, this officer done this. So now they're going to sit there and say that they, that you're doxing them and stuff because it was out there and we're being constantly bombarded with phone calls.
Mhm.
Even if we say don't call, we don't want them to call. We just want to get the evidence out, and they do call, and then they come back weeks later, whatever, and charge you, or you have a warrant out for your arrest because you doxed someone because you have their face or their name
Right.
tag or their voice on it. And
Right.
it ain't
Right.
just cops, but even public officials. So if you
Okay.
don't know if they're a public official and they feel butthurt, and then
Yeah.
they sit there and file charges on you. If it
Yeah.
happens here and it gets and it keeps going, it's going to happen in other states.
Yeah. You're right. And that's why. Yeah, we got to get on
Shoot,
this,
we
man.
lost
We
Joe
definitely got to
Cool.
get on this. I think I don't know what happened. He'll come back. Stray Dog, the exposer said they need to file a motion for state or something like that to the Oklahoma Supreme Court and to put a hold on the law until it can be reviewed.
I don't know if it is ACU or AA or something. They were supposedly going to try to fight this in court, but I have not heard nothing. I've not seen nothing about this. You know, there's groups out there that are supposed to be against it, but yet
Okay.
here it is already in effect. But yet I've not, you know, I mean, mainstream media, you ain't going to hear what needs to be heard,
And
or
which is crazy because it also, if I would say in a way, it affects them. They can use it to, turn it on them too, and so
That just it. In the bill, it doesn't say anything about mainstream media. It talks about social media
um,
and stuff in it. And, you know, so basically, the little loophole they got in there, mainstream media, they can do what they want. Why? They got press credentials that we can't get because there is no such thing as press credentials. You see what I'm saying? So
right,
their press credentials that they get permission from the government that we can't access, much less have. We've
right,
heard this before. Where's your press credentials? Well, where do I get them?
right.
You know, just like if I want to have a permit to sit there and have a protest, where do I get my press credentials? They don't have an answer because we are press.
Yeah,
So is
yeah,
there two different classes of press? Mainstream press and citizen press?
right. Or independent, and they'll,
Yeah,
they'll be, oh, well, what company you work for? They issue it out to. No, I work for myself.
that's
You
right.
know, I work for my fucking self. I don't need press credentials, and I can make them. I can go to fucking Kinko's and get the
Mhm.
shit printed up, and then boom, I got my press
Yep,
credentials.
it
Like,
says press. You know, I've
yeah,
seen them many times. Protest. People have it on the on the back and stuff. I'm
Right.
press. You know, they got
Right.
cameras, but yet still like what happened in, you know, the protests. What were the cops doing when they were shooting rubber bullets? The first people they hit was the press.
Yep.
I mean,
Yep.
when it all started
Yep.
out, I remember CNN being arrested by the cops, and
Yep.
they were
Yep. On live camera.
yes,
During a broadcast.
yes, because they
So you're
stepped out
absolutely
of
right.
line.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. And it's
You know?
crazy. And I think he did like a full day in jail.
Yeah, and you know, they didn't really want to cover that, but but it was like when in Colorado, I mean, Otto and others were up there.
Mm-hmm.
Their fucking cops were shooting anybody that had cameras. There was one guy, they actually shot the camera in his face
Oh.
and ruined his, you know, ruined his eye and stuff. They were shooting people that had cameras and stuff for accountability before they went and shot somebody with rubber bullets that was actually doing violence.
Wow. And it's crazy because I think I know Ghost was out there
Mm-hmm.
and he covered a lot of that, Ghost Rider.
Yep.
And he was he captured all of it. So I mean these fuckers are just corrupt, man. You know,
They
they think
want
it's
to
just
cover up the accountability. So let's get
right.
rid of the people with the cameras and so forth. Once we do that, then they believe they can sit there and do what they want. It ain't no different than I just it was a month ago, maybe not even that long, where it came out where the officers were in an unmarked van going down shooting people randomly during these
Yep.
protests that weren't even around the
Yep.
protest, and
Yep.
the one owner pulled his gun out and actually shot back at him, and then of course they assaulted him and stuff, but then
Yep.
it went to
I seen
court
that.
and everything was dropped
Yep.
because he was defending himself because they were doing it in an unmarked vehicle. There was no violence going on. They were, you know, you've seen the video. I mean, it's
I
just
did. Yeah, it's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. It was the same police department who killed George Floyd. So and
yeah,
they're just a foul ass entity. And then they were dapping. They were dapping each other too.
yeah.
And Noel brings up a great thing. He said this can't pass constitutional scrutiny if it gets to high court, and I do agree with that because if it does get to a higher court, they have to most likely reverse that particular law because it's unconstitutional.
But yet it's still
Let's
going to
go
take.
on here. What's up?
But yet it's still going to take years before it actually goes to before it even gets to the Supreme Court. And in
Yeah.
that time, how many thousands of people are going to be arrested and charged? And we won't even know about it because they're going to take a plea because they just don't want to deal with it. And then you're going to have the ones that are going to fight it, just like with Leon Valley and stuff. 3 or 4 years later, everything gets dropped, everything's still taken, but you're still taking the damn ride.
Yep.
And you're still having to go through the humiliation, as we would call it. Them sitting there saying, "Oh, they do this all the time. Now they're terrorists," just like they're calling teachers. I mean, they're calling parents terrorists for going to a school board meeting, talking about what they
Right.
don't agree with, and when
Right.
they weren't violent.
Right. Right. That's why people have to pay attention to verbiage and all of those type of things
Well,
because
it's
they can
like in
use
this
that.
that's why in this bill, when they changed a lot of the wording from the very first bill, which was 22 something, I can't remember the number, to
Mm-hmm.
House Bill 1643, they took a lot of that wordage out so it wouldn't scare people, and they put one word in there, biometrics. And people think, oh, that's just the medical information. No,
Yeah.
it covers everything.
Wow. Well, I mean, please keep us informed and
Yeah,
updated on this, man.
yeah, I'm trying to do
Seriously.
my best, but I'd love to have other people that know a little bit more of the wording of law and stuff, you know, to help break down this law that they just put in effect that will affect others, you know.
Right.
I have a lot of, and just like you and others, we all have a lot of things that we got going in our life.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've been trying to put this out because
No, this is important. This is incredibly important.
it's in effect today, but yet I'm not a lawyer, you know, and I don't know all the proper wording that you know that lawyers or judges or even right
Right.
now with this law uses. But from the way I read it, yeah, it seems like yeah, it's for doxing, but yet when they put a certain word in there like biometrics that actually covers voice, facial, and everything, then therefore you can be arrested even if you weren't doing it for harassment because they believe you might, or they find your video, say even 3 months from now,
Mm-hmm.
hey, he just doxed me.
Yep. Yeah.
But yet so, if there's other people out there that you know are on YouTube or whatever can actually break this law down and say, okay, well, this is what this means, and yes or no, this is what can happen, and what the consequences may be or not be, because I already just from reading it myself and trying to figure it out, it's going to be a big shitstorm for a lot of
Yeah.
people, just even people out there sitting there showing like what happened to George Floyd. Well, let's arrest them, confiscate the video, confiscate everything,
Yeah.
so that way it doesn't get out into the mainstream media.
And without further
Well,
ado, Mexican Longhair is in the building, everybody. My friend.
hey,
What's up?
What's up, Spot Check News as well in the chat.
Hey,
Yes,
you,
welcome, Mexican Longhair. What do you think? You know, I don't know if you just heard what me and Safety Man was talking about, which is
yeah,
which
I've been talking about this for a long time, guys, and it goes to thought crimes, right? If they think you're doing something wrong, they want to lock you up, right?
Mhm.
Well, that doesn't work with me, and I don't think it should work with any American. So if you are in this country and you think that thought crimes are not crimes, you're in the right, because I mean that the safety man brought up a really good point, and I just wanted to jump in. I've hated this thought crime shit for a long time, and it sounds kind of weird, but like people like Chris Hansen, right? Everybody remembers Chris
Yeah,
Hansen,
yeah,
how,
yeah.
how he used to like meet these supposed sexual predators, and
Hmm.
all these guys are creepy, right? But they didn't do anything wrong, up until the point where they do something wrong, they're innocent. And I hate to like kind of like protect these idiots, because they
Hmm.
are idiots, and they probably would have followed through with their meeting these underage kids and all this type of stuff. but
Right.
but I think if we get into this thing where thought crimes start to become crimes, I think we're all in a lot of trouble, because just because the government thinks that you're going to do something, they can lock you up. You know what I mean? And that to me is pretty egregious. It's thought crimes, guys. Thought crimes are not crimes. You know, thought crimes are not crimes at all. And it goes to this, like what safety man was saying. They think you're doing A, so we're gonna lock you up for A, even though you may have not done A. And it's pretty egregious, man. I hate the thought crime police out there.
well, and
Agreed.
that's what
I
it is. It's
definitely
all
agree,
talk.
man. Yeah, I mean, the thing is that the issue is it's just and somebody yes, Stray Dog had said Oklahoma needs a mass audit, hundreds of thousands of people with cameras out there they can arrest. Um um and that's true. If we all go out there, because they can't arrest everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean,
they
like I
can.
said, they may not arrest you on the spot, but they're going to come by and arrest you. I mean, look what happened during January 6th. They didn't arrest everybody then, but yet they got 600 or more people they arrested for what? Trespassing, and they're still sitting in jail under so-called federal crime, but yet those are all misdemeanors. Ain't no different than what they would probably do here. Yes, everybody comes out here and does a mass audit and to show, and maybe that they'll sit there and turn the bill around right away, or they're going to arrest everybody later in time and just sit there and say, we're going to do this the quiet way, get warrants out for them that they don't know about because they don't post warrants all the time. We'll let you know you have a warrant, and then they arrest them. then what?
Yeah.
I mean, yes, we want to get it out that this is an unconstitutional thing they're doing and stuff. Nobody sits there and believes that we should dox the family members and stuff. But why in
Right.
the hell can't we know that this is a police officer, or this is and it ain't just police officers. Like I say, it's public officials. So if you're just walking down the street filming, and one guy has an attitude because he don't want to be on camera in public, and he's a public official, he can file charges and sit there and say you're harassing him. So
Wow.
therefore, you're guilty before you can even prove your innocence.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this can be definitely. Oh shit! Like by you just saying that, this can go deeper and deeper because now, you know, yeah, you're right. This
Yeah.
this can be really really dangerous, really really
Yeah.
dangerous.
Spooky
And
Spooky brought up a good point. Have you guys ever seen that movie Minority Report?
yes, with Denzel Washington.
No, it's with Tom Cruise, and I
Oh,
can't
I'm
remember
sorry, I'm
who else
thinking
is in
that's a
there.
different movie. I'm sorry. Yeah.
It's it's
Yeah.
it's a movie about um I think he's a detective in the future, right? And they have
Hmm.
this technology that can guess whether or not a person is going to do a crime, so they go out and arrest that person before they commit the crime. And it's like that's exactly the way that policing today is going. Not only do you have the traditional police brutality and all the bullshittery that's going on in the 1A community, but you got police officers that are starting to implement stuff that they think you are going to do or did, and starting to charge you regardless of what happens in court. Maybe those charges will stick, maybe they won't. But like what Safety was saying, that the ride, it's like they're banking on the fact that they're going to put you in jail to teach you and every other 1A auditor or cop watcher a lesson. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And so right.
And he
Uh,
also brought up facial recognition. Um,
Mm,
the
mm.
other day, K-Dot, we were out on that stabbing over on Colfax,
Yeah.
and that sergeant doxed both of us on our streams. And what was particularly scary about that, I mean, it's not the fact that it's super difficult to find out who I was and my name and all that. K-Dot, because they had already, kidnapped you and got all your information, et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
But what was particularly kind of chilling to me in that scenario was the fact that they did find my information, and I was super careful. I mean, I knew it was just a matter of time anyways, but to be so brash and brazen about how, and I'm guessing it was through facial recognition. And what's scary about that is, how do they know who you are? you know
Yeah, exactly, man. And
where
and yeah,
where where's the databases on this? you know
exactly. Exactly. And to just to if people are just joining in the chat, we're actually talking about uh the uh the Oklahoma law is that just got established today, into law, instituted in the law today, about you cannot now Safety, you said as far as recording, or you can record them, but you just can't broadcast it right on social media, or say that one
Well,
more
well,
time.
well. The way the law that they wrote says, if you're going to dox, intimidate, or harass on social media, so in other words, if you broadcast it or upload the video, okay, that's basically what the law says for the intent to harass or dox. But yet, if you just sit there video recording and you
Mm.
haven't uploaded, I believe that they would arrest you because they believe that you are going to upload that video to dox or harass.
Mm-hmm.
And when you read the bill, like I was telling before, that it talks about doxing. Okay, we don't want to dox their address, we don't want to dox their family members, but they put that word in there of biometrics, which
Mm-hmm.
includes the facial, and it also sits there and says in the bill, it talks about the name tags, where they work, and all that stuff. So if even if you're whether it's a police officer or you're over there at the post office, or
Yeah.
just say you're walking down the street and you're filming the electric company doing something, and somebody sits there and doesn't like the fact you're filming, you've doxed them. Okay, that's why I say somebody else that can, it's House Bill 1643, to bring it up, read it over, or you can go. It's the only video I got up right now that talks about it. Says doxing. It's being illegal to film cops. I
Okay.
run down the first bill that they made down to the second final bill, which is House Bill 1643, which
Yeah.
took an effect today.
Right.
And I ramble on, but I just scroll through the bills as I talk and say what I got to say. But you don't even have to listen to me. Just mute me and read the bill for yourself, or just Google it and find House Bill 1643 and read how it's stated. And it talks all about social media and stuff. But yet, for the point to intimidate, harass, or dox,
Okay.
and then when it goes down to it, and it gives the listings of what they consider doxing, and they put biometrics in there, which also includes faces, voices, fingerprints, and so forth.
Yeah, because here's the thing. Like, okay, did well, first of all, they're total hypocrites because I'm sure in their policy it states that you are, if the public asks for your name and badge number, you shall give that. Not only that, but there's
Yeah,
other
but
buildings. We're always being recorded.
that's right.
So there's
But that's
what say, are you
where
going to arrest all the businesses, like all the private businesses, or whatever too?
well, if the private businesses put it on social, and that's the thing, social media, then yes, they can arrest them. But if it's just filming, hey, that's a business. They're not putting it out on social media like a blogger would, or a protester.
But
So
it's
those
not.
ones we don't have to worry about.
But what I'm
That's what
saying
they're
is
gonna say.
that I mean, if once it reaches, if we have enough cases, and there will be enough cases, they're gonna have to. No, the courts is gonna be like, dude, this is completely unconstitutional.
Well, K
You know
Dot,
what I'm saying?
you're assuming that the courts will eventually side on in favor of the people that it's supposed to serve. That's not the case. They're not going to care. There was a study in
It wouldn't.
1970.
Well, if we're talking about that, I'm talking about the Supreme Court. I'm
Yeah,
talking about the highest court of the land. They have to honor that. They
yeah.
have to. That's
No,
written in the
the
original.
yeah, the Supreme Court has
Yeah.
disappointed us several times, K Dot.
Oh yeah,
Like
I'm sure.
there's been, case after case where, regardless if it was a conservative majority,
Hmm.
a liberal majority,
Hmm.
the Supreme Court really doesn't care about the public's best interest. If you look at a lot of the Supreme Court cases, they're way more in favor of corporations. And there was a case in the Supreme Court, and I can't remember the case, K Dot, but there was a trucker who sued his company because he was stuck out in the middle of like this freezing temperature thing, and he abandoned his truck because he was going to die if he stayed in there. So he had to leave his truck and all that. And
Okay.
it went all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court ruled in favor of the corporation. The corporation had lost all the contents, and obviously the truck due to the inclement weather. But they ruled in favor. I can't remember the court case. It's just eluding me at the moment, but they ruled in favor of the corporation, that guy should have stayed with that truck, even at risk of his life. And I
Hmm.
was like, well, that goes antithesis to the basic human right of life, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Happiness. Yep. Hmm.
And it's a stark reminder that money is power. There was a study, an interesting study in 1973 by MIT, and it said that in the year 2040 or thereabouts, right, that society was going to completely collapse. And they listed a bunch of factors, and among them was civil unrest, right?
Mm.
And I think right now is a tipping point. I think that portion of it is firmly, I mean, they talked about other factors like economic, socioeconomic factors, race, like this. It was a very detailed study. You can go search it, but then. So people were thinking, that's kind of bullshit. There's no way. I mean, we're strong and all this, but Harvard actually revisited that study,
Mm-hmm.
and they found, and this was like a year or two ago, they found that the MIT study was on track to being 100% accurate. And so basically, we've got about 20 years or so, I mean, give or take a few years here or there, to like get our shit together. Otherwise, there's going to be total fucking collapse.
Mm.
And that includes just everything. That includes like military intervention, that includes
Yep.
war, it includes
Mhm.
like all kinds of factors that are going to destroy this great country of ours, and
Okay.
it's really fucking scary. And if you guys are interested, 1973 MIT, I can't remember the name of the study, but the information is there. And then
Well, I'm
Harvard
definitely gonna
revisited
research
that
it.
study.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And real
when you
quick,
read
real
that
quick,
study, K Dot,
please
it
somebody
is.
if
Yeah.
put MLH's channel on there. Please go subscribe, and also please go subscribe to Safety Man, especially talking about this current law that was just passed. I'm sorry, MLH, I just had to put that out there real quick.
Yeah, no problem. I gotta take off, Kate, on it, but I just thought it was super interesting what you guys were talking about, and it
Yeah, man.
leads to like thought crimes and stuff like that, and it's like that's a line that once we cross, we'll never be able to return from.
But you
So,
know what? Maybe
you know,
maybe MLH we once I know we still got some critters in our own backyard we got to solve, but I think maybe we might need to sometime this next year we probably need to take a trip out there to Oklahoma because this is the 10th Circuit Court matter and this could affect
yeah,
us in Colorado because we are connected to that and
yeah,
so
yeah.
maybe we need
It
to
it's
go
not
out
that
there
far of a
and
drive, K Dot, and I'm
okay.
willing to go with others. Like lone wolves out there, not gonna
No,
happen.
no, 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 no. We need to have multiple people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
Well,
even Joe
and
Cool said he was even down to even going too. So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing, I love to see tons of people be here. Even myself would be there just as backup, because but I also want more people to help break down this bill. Actually, we're talking about it, but let somebody read through the bill and
yeah,
actually break down what it says. I mean, like I said, it talks about social media, but it does not say anything about mainstream media. Break down the bill so we have more of an understanding before we step our foot into a hole.
right,
And then we're spending 6 months or years fighting these cases.
right,
Let's get it together and find out what we're going into, what this says, and then also making sure that when we do get arrested, that we already have it planned out on how we can fight it in court. Because yes, it's going to have to go from one court to the next court, then to this, then to this 10th Circuit, and if they deny it, then you have to go to the Supreme Court, and that's years and years down the road.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
yeah.
know, but
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
I
All right,
agree. I
guys.
agree. We
I
definitely
got
need
to
to do our
take off, but
homework. We definitely don't want to go in there like Rambo.
yeah,
Definitely, we definitely want to be prepared and
yeah,
and well informed. And hell, if we can even get some attorneys to to help back us up on this, that'll even be even better. So we can get this done and really put pressure on the people who created. Find out who, because do
well,
you
the thing
know
is,
what? Do you know who wrote the bill?
the Republicans wrote the bill from the
Do you know
last.
which? You know which?
I can't remember his name,
Okay,
but it actually, if you go and look up House Bill 64, it'll tell you everybody that supported it and who wrote it. But that's why I
okay,
tell other people, because I'm not a YouTuber that I can make videos. I'm not good at
okay,
doing that kind of stuff. But
okay,
to actually just all you got to do is Google House Bill 1643, and you can actually probably go straight to the website, download the bill itself, look it over, break it down into the
okay.
understanding you have, and then also get the understanding from somebody else how they understand this bill. Because the as I say, common folk will read this bill and say, oh, okay, yeah, we don't want to dox family members and stuff. But when they put certain words in there that people don't understand, like biometrics, how
Right.
much more that covers,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just not a, as I say, a YouTube. I don't do videos like others. I back people up when they go live, just like Friends Code, and others out there, Friends of Code and others, and M Star and multiple others, that
Right.
when somebody goes live, if we're on the channel and things go bad, we back up the video. And it's been about 6 months since I did it, but I'd actually go live with the video when things are going down bad,
Yeah.
and also I didn't always keep the videos up live. I'd keep them private, saved,
Right.
because say that cops got hold of the phone and deleted it, then
Right.
the evidence is backed up. That's the
Right.
kind of, like what I do. I help back up people, and also I back up people financially, fixing stuff. I do my own thing of helping out, and I've gone out there and I've done audits with Andrew, not now, maybe later, and others, but
Okay.
I don't keep everything up, because my main thing is I try to help other people out there that need backup,
Yeah.
because not everybody in chat is backing it up, because they're too involved as what's going on, trying to put in information, who to call,
I
where
agree.
they're at. Everybody
I
has a
agree.
part they play, or they anticipate, they put in to help out.
Right.
I do my thing. Other people sit there and find out where they're at. They put the information where they're at. It's not just one person out there doing it.
Mm-hmm.
The mods, the supporters are also helping out in chat and so forth.
Yeah.
Now, if you do that with, like here in Oklahoma, somebody goes live, they're not out there doxing it, but they're going to go after what I see also. They're going to go after people that are in chat that are posting stuff as well. Whether you live in
Right.
this state or not, I believe that they still try to go after them, just like they did in Leon Valley.
Okay. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Well, we're gonna get ready to go, but I wanted to at least give you an opportunity. First, everybody, please go support Safety Man. If somebody can, one of my mods can put his link in the channel or in the chat. Um, and I agree with that. And he does so much, at least for me as well, because like I said, when I'm out there, he's also spreading that on his channel to where, and he's just keeping us safe out there. And I appreciate you, Safety Man, and I thank you for being on the show today, man. I really do appreciate it.
Well, I
I
appreciate
just
it too.
so I wanted to give you an opportunity to go ahead and give you your last thoughts, and we'll close out the show.
Well, I mean, like I said, with this new law that is in effect as of today, for others to look up the law, which is House Bill 1643, and that's going to be my thing, is House Bill 1643. Read it over. What you don't understand, research, find out, and also get others out there that can that make panels or videos to help break down the law, to break down the what's going to happen between now and in the future if this law stays in effect.
All right. Well, you guys heard it here again. We talked about this in prior conversations, me and Safety Man. I think it was about 6 months ago,
Yeah.
And so this is dangerous, you guys. So we gotta, and again, it's not to scare anybody; it's to prepare you guys, so we know how to move in the future, and we have to be proactive on this, and we have to get on this like immediately. So I'm gonna do my due diligence as far as making sure, calling necessary people, making sure I reread the bill over in its entirety, and ask my attorneys, of who he knows and stuff like that, and see what our options are. So I appreciate Safety Man for being on the show today. I appreciate Joe Cool for being on the show today, and my guy MLH Mexican Long Hair. I appreciate you, sir, for being on the show today, and thank you, Dragonet. Transparency House Bill 16.43, and please go look at that bill. and I know I'm going to read it in its entirety, so I know exactly how to move forward, moving forward. So again, thank you guys for everybody's support. I can't do this without you guys. You guys are the absolute best. I appreciate all. I'm sorry. Yeah, here we go. 16. Hold on. 1643. House Bill 1643. Uh, let's see. Joe said, K. Dot gonna send you a link to where we're discussing the bill. Perfect. If any it or in safety man, anybody, if you guys have anything, you guys can go to my my email, k.copwatch@gmail.com. Again, k.copwatch@gmail.com. Also, if you love what we do, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel. We love the support. Appreciate you guys. Share and hit the notification button so you don't miss any videos that or any content that I produce for you guys. Because you definitely don't want to miss out on none of the content that I share, because it's imperative and it's educational for you guys. Also, if you want to also support the channel, I do have a Cash App, DJ $DJ123. That's all caps. You know what I'm saying? I would love the support. I appreciate it, so we can have better content for you guys. Did you know that Denver Police Administration building has no filming in the lobby? Yes, that's the one I actually got arrested for. Wait, whoa. I got arrested for that. That was my very first. Yeah, I got arrested for that. I didn't even make it inside. I was literally 2 feet away from the door, and they arrested me for it. So, which I'm I'm currently in litigation with those idiots, by the way. Yeah. So I saw that the other day. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm in litigation with them right now on that particular situation. So but like I said, man, if support the channel, Cash App $DJ Cash App $DJ K.123. So we can become better and better. I'm gonna be trying to build a whole set. My podcast is on the way, so look forward to that. My manager's helping me set up that. Yes, it was illegal. It was unconstitutional. And the law was unconstitutional. No, I'm sorry, what was it? What was it? Unlawful conduct on public property. That's what it was. 18-9-117, I believe. Colorado revised statute. So yeah, that's what I got arrested under. Unlawful conduct on public property. Crazy, right? But again, this is not to scare you. It is to prepare you. And I live in conjunction with the circuit court, the 10th Circuit Court. So I don't want this affecting Colorado in any way, because we're moving so far ahead of the game right now as far as accountability when it comes to police. So we don't need this type of trouble over here. So safety man, please keep safe. Thank you for all the information. Please keep us updated. If you have anything, please send it to k.copwatch@gmail.com. Or if anybody else wants to send me anything, videos, news articles, let me know. I'll make sure to shout you out as well and give you the credit you deserve. But it's your boy DJ K. Dot. I gotta get ready to go. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go. I love talking to you guys. Until the next time, always record the police. Always. It's your boy DJ K. Dot, and I'm signing off. And I'm out. 1.